Something happened today that made me absolutely livid, but it was a good example of what my job is as a real estate agent and how I treat my clients. So, first of all, if you don't know me, my name is Mark J. Schmidt. I'm with RE/MAX Country and MoveMeMark.com, where I help you get the most out of the real estate market and your home. So, let me tell you what happened. I have a client, he's an older gentleman, and he lives in assisted living. I'm in the process of selling his home. We got a fantastic offer on his house, and I was meeting with him today where he lives in order to go over the contract with him and to have him sign it. Well, what wound up happening was during our time together, my phone rang. My phone said potential spam, so I just sent it to voicemail. My client said, "Oh, how do you know that's spam?" I said, "Well, it says potential spam, and a lot of times if it's a number I don't recognize, I may not always answer it, especially if it's out of state. And I especially don't answer the phone when I'm with clients." So he's like, "Oh, that's great." And he said, I got a really strange call the other day. He said this guy who he said his name was John, and he made out like he was my friend. He left me a message. I don't know. I thought it was a scam." I said, "John, really? What's this guy's number? Do you still have the message?" So he actually let me listen to it. It turned out that I had been contacted by a buyer named John who was interested in this gentleman's house. Now, this gentleman's house needs some updating. It's got a lot of older, amenities in it. The kitchen needs updating, things like that. And this gentleman reached out to me and, he asked me, "Is this an estate sale?" I said, "It's not an estate sale." If you don't know, an estate sale is when the owner of the home has died and it's the estate that's selling the home, not the actual owner. So anyway, he asked me if it was an estate sale, and I said, no, it wasn't. And then I said, yeah, I said, actually, and I just kind of gave up. I said, yeah, no, the owner's still alive. He's just living in assisted living. And this guy, John, said to me, well, where does he live? What's the name of the facility? And I was like, well, it's nearby. Don't worry about that. Because I thought that was pretty strange. That's an unusual question to ask. Anyway, I told him I was going to email him some listings he could look at, things like that. Even before I had a chance to send him any listings, he sends me a text message and says, "I need to know the name of the facility where your client is living." And I'm like, that's not happening. I don't know where you're coming from thinking I'm going to give you access to my client. That's just silly. So I forgot about it. I just dropped it. I didn't email him anything. I was like, this guy's a little wacky. I'm not dealing with him. Anyway, fast forward to today, and here my clients tell me that this guy somehow found his cell phone number and called him and basically said, "Hey, client's name, give me a call. It's John. Thanks." Making out like he knew the guy. And I told him, I said, listen, I told my client, I said, when I was on the phone with this guy, he said, "Oh, I'll give you whatever." And he was giving me like a super lowball number on the house, like taking $140,000 off the price of the house. And I told him, I said, "No, it's just not going to work." I said, what this guy is doing is he's trying to take your house from you. And he is trying to get you to, see that, oh, well, it's too much of a hassle dealing with a real estate agent. He's going to try to go around me, and he's going to try to take your house out from under you. That is despicable. If someone, especially a senior citizen, has their home listed with someone, listen, I understand if you're a wholesaler, if you're a flipper, if you're looking just to get a house at the best price possible, that's fine. But, if someone has enlisted the aid of a real estate agent, you don't try to go around that person to try to exploit the old man on the other end of the phone. It's just not appropriate. But it really was a great lesson for me because it reminded me, hey, I'm here to protect my clients. I'm here to make sure that they can get the maximum value they can when selling their homes and that someone doesn't take advantage of them. I've seen plenty of people who are more than happy then to take advantage of others. And listen, maybe there's a place for people like that in our society. Maybe if someone needs to sell really quickly, they don't have many options, they can't have showings, whatever. But you know what? To go around, someone like myself in order to talk to the owner directly and try to get him to, I don't know what he was going to do, beat him up on his price. There was no reason for him to reach out to my client. So I was very annoyed at that. Anyway, I told my client, listen, if this guy calls again, don't answer the phone. If you do happen to answer the phone, just tell him he can talk to me. Direct all your questions to me. And I tell all my clients that. If someone comes up to you and talks to you about your house and you feel uncomfortable, you don't want to talk to them, just say, hey, go talk to Mark. He'll take care of it for you. So in any event, be careful selling your home out there. Don't take advantage of our seniors. And listen, if you have any questions about buying or selling a home, you know there's a fantastic resource. It's my website. You can find me at www.MoveMeMark.com. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you missed our last episode, I've got it right here for you. And here's another episode that YouTube thinks you should watch. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that circle and subscribe so you don't miss out. And I'll see you next time for more real estate awesomeness. You have a great week.